Hello everyone, this is the pre-market report video for today, May 26th in the Indian stock market in terms of Nifty and Bank Nifty. Yesterday, globally, there were a lot of important events and macros. It contains both influencing factors, positive and negative. I believe it's really important to understand all the facts in order to judge the global momentum in the short term. But just one thing, yesterday the influence of positive events outfactored the negative one. Anyway, let's get into the details. First, regarding debt ceiling issue. Again last night, both US President and Congress leader had their negotiation and according to Reuters, it looks like they are very close to an agreement. As we know, at present the problem is that the Republican Party wants the spending cut, which the ruling Democrat Party against it. In Reuters, they also mentioned that at present the problem is only about $70 billion spending reduction, where the total amount that the government could spend on discretionary programs like housing and education would be well over $1 trillion. So $70 billion in $1 trillion, it's like 70 rupees in the total 1000 rupees. So now market is very optimistic that they will reach the deal very soon. This is the first positive. Then the second positive is US GDP data and initial jobless claim. Last week Thursday, US market turned negative since market were very much worried about economic growth and continuous weeks of increasing jobless claim. Last week, the number of people that newly applied for jobless insurance came as 2,42,000 and this week the expectation is to have 2,50,000. Now, Department of Labor last night revised the last week number to just 2,25,000 and this week the data comes as just 2,29,000. So, the number of people actually both last week and this week applied is less than that of the expectation. This is an indication of good strong US economy. In addition, Bureau of Economic Analysis released the second estimate US GDP growth data and that comes as 1.3% against expectation of just 1%. Again, this is also a strong economy data. This is the second positive thing. Now, this eliminated or reduced the recession fear significantly in US. In addition, it also increased the probability to near 50% that Fed will increase the interest rate by 25 basis points in the upcoming FOMC meeting. Just for info guys, couple of days ago, over 85% probability market believed that Fed will pause the interest rate, means no more rate hike. Now the table is clearly turned and it is the first negative. Another info, yesterday Germany GDP contracted by 0.2%. These two, interest rate hike probability and Germany GDP, made the 10-year bond yield to increase over 3.8% and dollar index to over 104. Only a week before, dollar index was near 101 and 10-year bond yield was less than 3.4%. Now, both of them increased significantly and it's a huge negative since this will strengthen the US currency and also will weaken other global currencies such as Euro, Yen and including Indian Rupee. So if you ask me, though we might get over with debt ceiling and recession issue, but we got new interest rate and 10-year bond yield problem now. Thus, the global momentum is clearly negative. However, a semiconductor and AI company called Nvidia gave the very good revenue guidance for this present quarter. For those who don't know, Nvidia is the world's 6th largest company by market cap. Its market cap is close to $1 trillion. It's bigger than Facebook, Tesla, Visa and Warren Buffett's firm Berkshire Hathaway, 5 times bigger than Reliance and 9 times bigger than Intel. Anyway, enough about intro. Simply, it's a very influential and a very big company. Now, because of their very good revenue guidance, in one single day, this much big company's share price increased near 25%. And their good guidance almost lifted all the AI and semiconductor company. Both AMD and Taiwan Semiconductor increased around 12% and thus the semiconductor index increased by 7%, which indirectly increased the IT index to over 4%. Additionally, retail chain company called Best Buy and Ralph Lauren also gave the very good guidance that with strong economy data made the retail sector positive. As a conclusion, I believe yesterday in US market, the global momentum is not good because of the interest rate fear, but semiconductor and retail stocks lifted the US market. Basically, stock specific contribution. At the end, Dow Jones lost marginally 0.11%, S&P 500 increased by 0.88% and Nasdaq rallied 1.71%. In case of VIX, it dropped by 5% and moved near 19. About oil, Russia declined to cut any oil production that Saudi wants in OPEC Plus group. Basically, Russia said that they will produce whatever they want and they will sell it at whatever the price they get. Russia don't want Saudi to count them for oil cut. This made the oil price to drop over 3%. At the time of this video, WTI crude oil is trading near $72 per barrel and Brent crude oil is trading around $76 per barrel. Coming to Indian ADR, both the banks closed negative, especially HDFC, it down near 1%. In case of IT, it was mixed. Wipro closed negative whereas Infosys closed positive. Here, Wipro closed negative in ADR. Despite yesterday, they announced that they will buy back 12,000 crore worth of Wipro share at 445 rupees per equity, which is roughly 12% higher compared to the present price. Generally, all the buybacks were very positive thing, but I'm surprised that it didn't influence Wipro ADR and it still closed negative. And regarding HDFC Bank, yesterday there was a police complaint against them that the bank's employee missold the Credit Suisse 81 bonds to the customer and that becomes zero now. There is another info. HDFC Bank merger is just 4-5 weeks away and as per Roger analyst, this merger will make the net interest margin of the bank to drop to 3.7 to 3.8% from 4.1%. From outside, it looks like negative. But let's see how market reacts today. Moving on, regarding SGX Nifty at 3 AM Indian Standard Time, it closed at 18,423. Since yesterday was the monthly expiry, at present the premium is near 120 points. So this is kind of indicating flat to negative 20 points gap down opening. So this is what happened last night globally. Now let's move to India related info. At present, we all know and we already discussed in some previous pre-market videos that this year we might expect less than average monsoon due to the El Nino effect, which basically increased the worry about food inflation and agricultural output. Now, yesterday, Farm Ministry released the report that this year India is like to harvest record high wheat quantity of near 112 million tons. This is very positive for food producing FMCG companies, especially the biscuit ones. Maybe that's the reason yesterday ITC increased significantly. Moving on, I don't know the significance on stock price, but for info, Reliance Retail acquired the majority controlling stake in premium UK based chocolate company called Lotus Chocolate. I mean, the reason why I said I don't know was basically nowadays every other week Reliance Retail is acquiring some company in the world. So it's difficult to quantify that how effective the management run those companies effectively. About quarterly results, ZTV, Emami and Page Industries released in the aftermarket hours, but none of those company results were good. Today, largest Indian pharma company Sun Pharma's results are due. The expectation is that they will make profit of over 1,800 crore rupees against the loss of over 2,200 crore rupees a year ago. Similarly, the revenue is expected to increase over 15%. As a summary, global momentum is not good, but thanks to semiconductor companies in US, both Nasdaq and S&P 500 closed significantly positive. Banks looks not good, but IT looks okay. At present, SGX Nifty is indicating flat to negative 20 points gap down opening. About the things to look out, ONGC, M&M, Sun Pharma, Grissom Industry, BEML, BHML and Karnataka Bank are some of the major Indian companies' earnings results are scheduled to release today. Aurobindo Pharma, Power Finance and Balakrishna Industries are the some will release tomorrow. In terms of macro, during our market hours between 11:30 to 12 pm, various UK retail sales data is due. Then in the aftermarket hours, first core durable goods order in US, then very important Fed's favorite PC inflation data is due. At present, the expectation is 3.9%. If anything above, then it will not be good. Coming to technical, yesterday Nifty opens negative and slide towards 18,200. Then coincidentally, the same place is 20-day moving average. There it took support and moved above 18,300. Thus, it forms the small green candle with a long lower shadow with a very short upper shadow. Psychologically, sellers pushed the market down, but once the support reached, buyers came back aggressively. This is positive. In addition, if we see the 2 days, Nifty forms the bullish engulfing pattern. Most of us know bullish engulf is the bullish continuation pattern. Thus, I believe and expect the uptrend to continue, and also Nifty is stuck between the range 18,000 to 18,400. So, in order to continue the uptrend, Nifty has to break and move above 18,459. If it did, then Nifty might shift it to base level from the present 18,200 to 18,400. In case of Bank Nifty, it too forms the small green candle with a long lower shadow with a very minor upper shadow. If we consider this range bound as downtrend, then it forms hammer sort of candle on the daily chart, which is generally a bullish reversal pattern. But this can be a false signal due to the expiry day, since Bank Nifty also forms the lower high and lower low formation, which is not good. Moving on, from pivot chart for Nifty, at present the support is present at around 18,200 and strong support is at 18,150. On the higher side, the immediate resistance to break is at 18,370. Then in terms of Bank Nifty, the support is present at around 43,250, whereas the resistance is at 43,920. So that's all in this video. Hope you all got some useful information. Please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video, so it will help me beat the algorithm and will also motivate me to do more. Please don't make any investment decision based on this, as I'm not a SEBI registered advisor. I'm doing it for my and viewers' educational purpose only. Thanks for watching.